Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Dean Ali, aka Don Squally, back at it with another G35 update video. So in this video, it's a little bit positive. The last one I made on the G35, I was pretty much getting ready to sell the car, and I did have some new developments, we'll say, with regards to that. So the main reason that I really was looking to sell the G35 is because my insurance was always extremely high. And when I had the G35 on the road, I had to treat all of my vehicles as if I was driving them every single day at the same time, meaning I had to pay full price for pretty much full coverage on each vehicle. So I kept the G35 in storage for the longest time just because it cost too much money to insure, premium. Plus, I still had to insure my other two vehicles because we got the RX, which is an SUV, then the pickup truck, which both serve different purposes in my life. So, I was getting ready to sell the G35, sell the RX, and get something that kind of fit both of those needs. Probably some sort of an automatic sedan that the wife could drive that was a little bit bigger, that could still fit a little more stuff than the G35. But then I started shopping around for some new insurance, and I actually got a really, really good insurance rate for all three of my vehicles. Plus, I wrapped my home insurance into that. So I got all three vehicles I can drive at any time, plus my home insurance. And I'm still paying like $100 less than I was paying with my previous insurance company. So long story short, I'm keeping the G35, but in the middle of me shopping for new insurance and potentially selling the G35, I pretty much put the thing back to stock, aside from, coilovers, intake, exhaust work, stuff like that. Everything aero-wise, which I did do quite a few things to my Infiniti. We had the front splitter, we had the side splitters, we did have the rear diffuser, which I took off quite a few years ago. We had the vented hood. We also had the duckbill spoiler. And then, I had a few sticker bombs on it from the Strictly VQ Club, the VQ North Club, and then we also had some SoCal G decals on there. I put everything basically back to visually stock just because I thought I would get more money for it that way. And I also didn't want to have like my exact car out there just, I don't know, driving around with all the same parts on it. People think it's me. They could be doing some bad stuff, you know what I mean? So anyways, I ended up taking all of that stuff off, and then I found out that I could get cheaper insurance, and I just decided to drive the car as is, and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. Now, being here in Ontario, the GTA in Canada, the OPP, the police out here are just crazy with street racing, takeovers. If your car's too low, if it's too loud, they're going to pull you over, ticket you, all that good stuff. So there was a lot of appeal for me to keep the car stock, keep it low key. Your boy's getting a little old these days. So, for me to roll into work and, my nice office job and a slammed, aero kitted out, duckbill spoiler, vented hood, all that good stuff. It just made sense for me to keep it stock with the family. And it has been a blessing. It's been absolutely great. Now, with it being a four-door sedan, I was a four-door sedan guy way before I had kids. But now that I have kids, I can throw the car seats in the back there. We got both the kids in there. We got the trunk space. Still lots of room to throw a stroller in there. Even though both of my kids are old enough, they're not doing the stroller thing. But it's just been a great little car. Even though I don't daily it into work all the time. I've been driving it here and there into the city just because I'm in stop and go traffic, with it being a 6-speed. Stage 1 clutch is a little heavy, hard on the knee, like I say. We're getting up there. It's just been great, and I've been having an amazing time with it, and I really think it makes the most sense to keep it. It's a 6-speed rear wheel drive sedan. We'll call it a sports sedan, even though it's a luxury sedan nowadays, because there's a lot more vehicles that are much quicker. But it's just a great car to drive. It's still a lot of fun. It handles great. It sounds great. We didn't do any exhaust modifications or intake modifications to put it back to stock, so we're still running the test pipes, still got the the 350Z resonator on there, we still got the custom made intake, and I don't want to call it a sleeper, because like I say, compared to a lot of vehicles nowadays, it's really not that fast, but it's just a low-key fun car to drive when I'm ripping through traffic. It's with the wheels, we threw the roof rack on there, and we still do have the coilovers moderately low. I got the nice rake on there, kind of a drag setup, but a little lower in the front than it is in the back. Still, I think it's a really clean car, and it's just been a blast to drive. So long story short, keeping the G35 for the time being. It just makes the most sense. I am still thinking of selling the truck and the RX. We'll probably end up in a Lexus GS. Looking at the hybrids, just not too keen on the CVT transmissions and those things, so I might probably just buy a GS 350, 2014 and up. Gotta have the lane keep assist, gotta have the adaptive cruise, and I'd really like to have all-wheel drive, which you can only get, I'm pretty sure, in the GS 350. And then we'll get rid of the Tundra, and I'm looking at a Lexus GX 460 to replace that. And that's pretty much going to be the lineup. It just doesn't make sense for me to sell this car. For one, I'm not going to make the kind of money that I want, that would make me happy, that would justify me selling it. And, there's just, let's say I sell this thing for $5,000, $6,000 max. You can't really get a whole lot of car for $6,000 anywhere else. That's really going to come close to the fun or the performance of this thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. If you guys see me out there rolling around, I am rolling pretty well stocked, just a little bit low. Still got the TSWs on there, and then the roof rack, but the stickers are all taken off. No disrespect to the Strictly VQ, VQ North, and the SoCal G clubs. I didn't want to sell those. I didn't want to sell the G35 with those stickers on there, and then it just so happened that, I fell back in love with the car after I was able to put insurance on it and pretty much drive it whenever I want now, so I think I'm just going to keep it, but again, with me rolling into the office job, trying to keep it low-key when I'm out there driving around, it just makes the most sense to not sticker bomb it back up. But that's pretty much it, man. I know I've been kind of MIA for the last little while. It's been a busy summer. I've been working on my house, getting some siding put on there. My little guy, we got him an ATV for his birthday this year, and so I just, picked up a couple other smaller ATVs. We've been kind of ripping around, and, work's been keeping me busy, but things are kind of slowing down now with the winter. So I'm hoping to get back into the saddle here and, hopefully get back into the groove of things. So if you guys are still sticking around, I do appreciate it. And as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. And with that being said, I am your boy D Nolly, aka Don Squally, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace!